if you are an OnlyFans chatter, then I know that you would love to be able to sell every single time to every single sub that you try to do it. Now, unfortunately, that's not possible. It doesn't matter even if you're the best chatter in the world. But what will help you in your journey to become world class at this unironically, rewarding job is to learn the reasons why subs don't buy. And then when you review your chats or in the middle of your chats, you can identify these reasons, and over time in sales, you'll be able to profile people, you'll be able to recognize patterns, and you will eventually build like a system for selling to the point where like you recognize so many patterns and so many triggers for your system that you don't even really have to think anymore, because oh, this person is like this. That means I send this to them. Oh, and then they responded this way. So then I say this, and then, okay, they buy this first thing, and then I do, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's all figured out for you. It's going to be very complex. It's not this like little tiny flow chart. It's going to be this massive tree of fucking different, paths, like, okay, if they go here, whatever, but it'll be in your head and it'll be instinctual. And after you do this for long enough, you're not even have to think about it anymore. So I want you to get to that point. And you're not, the best way to get to that point is to understand why people do what they do. Now, one of the things that you want to understand is why subs don't buy. Okay, I made the video on why subs buy. This is some reasons on why they don't buy. Now, these are obviously true as well for not buying in any situation. However, what's unique about selling or making money as an OnlyFans chatter is that you have a lot of repeat customers. The buyers are very impulsive, and because it's done via chat, you don't really have a lot of information about them. So that said, let's get down to business. Number one, the reason why subs do not buy. Now, I'm putting this one first because I shouldn't put this one first. I should put this one last, but I'm going to do it because I know you all want to hear it. I know you all want to hear it's not your fault that they didn't buy. They're just a time waster. And I don't like that word. I do not like the word time waster, because I pretty much can guarantee you that you can show me any chat with a guy whose name isn't fucking, Mohammed or what's an Indian name? Fucking Rajit. And that person, there's a very good chance that they would buy. Okay, so number one, the reason subs don't buy is that they are just not buyers. They are not the type of people that buy a lot of content. Let's say your account has 500 subscribers, it has 1,000 subscribers. You are going to have some subs on there that purchase with more frequency. They purchase at higher prices, and they purchase in larger amounts than other subs. It's a thing. Right? Statistically, that's how it's going to work out. Some people are going to buy more, some people are going to buy less, some people are not going to buy at all, some people are going to buy everything. And over time, what you want to do is you want to get enough. This is where qualifying comes in so handy with sales, is because over time you will be able to more or less profile people based on the information that they give you about themselves, to be able to determine the likelihood if they're going to buy, how much they're going to buy, and more importantly, how you should communicate with them to give them the best experience so that they end up buying the most from you. Let me give you an example. And this is an example from selling hair straighteners, so deal with it. When I sold hair straighteners, what I noticed, I would almost always ask women what they did for work. Now, why would I do that? Why? Well, okay. Yeah, I would ask them a lot of stuff. Let's talk about this one first. I would ask them what they did for work, because I wanted to, over time, number one, be able to determine what somebody did for work just by communicating with them. So another thing that I did is I would guess, right? Is I would talk to somebody and I would say, I bet you're a lawyer. Oh, I bet you work in an office. I bet you are a nurse. And over time, I got to be pretty good. And it's just because you pick up on certain cues. Now, who cares, right? Oh, you got it right. I'm a lawyer, whatever. So I'll give you an example. One of the things that I noticed is that if I happened to stop a woman who was a nurse, she would always buy. Nurses always fucking buy. Now, why do they buy? I can speculate. It doesn't really matter, but I can speculate. Let's speculate. So nurses in the United States, they make a fucking ton of money. A ton of money. If you're a travel nurse, well, forget about it. You make fucking $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a week. a week. You go live in fucking whatever. Who the fuck cares where you go live? You're a fucking nurse. Come on. I mean, okay, yeah, valuable job, blah, 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 saving lives. But like, you ever been to the hospital? Those nurses are not nice people, usually. They're fucking bitches. Anyway, whatever. The point is that like you went to nursing school for 2 years and then you got a job as a travel nurse fucking in Ohio somewhere. And then you go and you're making fucking $6,000 a week. You're making $30,000 a month as a nurse. You got a 3 month contract. You just made, let's say, $90,000 and you're fucking, what are you going to do? You made $90,000 in 3 months. You're chilling. You're flush with cash and you're going to fucking chill and spend that money until you're broke and then go do another one. Anyway, the point is that even if you're not a travel nurse, you make a lot of money. So that's one thing that we know about them. They make a lot of money. Number two, nurses work long hours. They work 12-hour shifts. And it's not, it's not a 12-hour shift behind a cash register. It's not a 12-hour shift in a nice, cool, air-conditioned office fucking pushing papers. Nurses, they're like dealing with angry patients. They're looking at dead people, bodily fluids, piss, shit, blood, like all over them. They have to like see like all kinds of nasty people, their body parts. Like it's a fucking grimy job. It's a stressful job. So if they go to the mall to blow off some steam and they're stopped by a handsome and charming and suave gentleman who sits them in a chair and makes their hair look really nice, yeah, they might fucking give you $200 or $300 or $500 because, you showed them a good time and their life is fucking stressful and they have money. So that's one profile of somebody that I figured out after doing this job for a long enough time and fucking asking these people what they did for work. Now you can come up with a lot of profiles, right? You can say, okay, this is a fucking 52-year-old housewife. Her husband is an executive, or her husband is a fucking laborer, or like this is a family and it's a family with, 4 sons and a daughter, and the daughter's the youngest. So she's fucking spoiled rotten. She gets anything she wants. So if you get the daughter to want it, she's, the dad's going to buy it, right? There's all these like paths that to take once you are able to profile the people and figure out how to deal with them. And the same thing is true for OnlyFans management. And I feel like this is something that is vastly underused because, quite frankly, the chatters don't need to do it. They don't need to. And they can still make, a decent, well, not decent. I don't think it's decent. They can make enough money to the point where their bosses don't bother them. And the reason that they can get away with it is because the agency owners, that group is so fucking good. We're so obsessed. We're so good at traffic. We're so good at getting these hot girls. We're so good at getting the subs. We're so good at getting everybody up to the point where a potential sale can be made that like they can be shit and still do good. But if you have a good chatter on there, if you have a killer on there, fucking 10 times what they can make. And they can do it on any account. They can do it on multiple accounts, as opposed to like your fucking dumb retard 26 IQ chatter spamming out $100 PPVs and sells 3. And he's like, oh, I sold $300. I'm good for the next 6 hours. And does it again 6 hours later, leaving a lot of money on the table. Anyway, the point is that a lot of subs don't buy because they're just not buyers. Now, how are you going to know that they're not a buyer? Well, one of the things that I like to do for new subs, or what I tell my chatters to do, is that the first thing that you sell to them is it's under $5. If they don't buy it and you did a good job, then like, come on, they're fucking broke. They're not going to buy a picture for $3 or 2 pictures for $3. Well, then obviously you don't need to talk to them. Reason number 2 why subs don't buy is that they have not hit buying temperature. Now, this could be for whatever reason, but I want you to understand the concept of buying temperature. Buying temperature is this idea that when you are a buyer, when you are a customer and you are looking to buy something, or you are in a presentation, or you're shopping, or you're browsing, or whatever, you experience an emotion, let's say desire to own whatever. And when your buying temperature reaches a certain point, that means that your desire to own, or your desire, the desire to not own, I guess, if you want to play on FOMO, has hit a certain point where all consequences are comparatively insignificant to you owning the thing, or to you not owning the thing. And in order for somebody to buy, they need to hit that. They need to hit that buying temperature. They need to, and usually what it comes down to is like one reason that they're like, okay, you know what? Sure, done. Let's do it. What doesn't do it is you fucking nagging and begging and crying and saying, babe, are you going to buy it? Babe, come on, babe, please, babe. Oh, babe, come on. Now, after I've said that in multiple videos, after saying that once, an agency owner sent me a message and he's like, you know, my chatters actually do that. They do the, you know, what you call begging, and they do it very well, but they give a fucking reason. Okay. And this is the difference. All right. My chatters, if you're watching this, like, please, like, if you're going to do that, I already fucking hate it, but I realize it can't be everywhere at once. If you're going to do it, try it this way. You send a PPV, the guy, whatever, doesn't buy it. Don't be like, babe. You send a fucking coherent message that a smart person would send, and you would say, hey, listen, you know, I don't mean to bother you, but, rent is coming up and I still need to make another $500. So I would love if you could unlock that. And if not, like, let me know if there's something else I can do for you, or if there's something else you want, or if I need to lower the price a little bit, because I'm really desperate and I need to make that fucking money. So, like, you know, please, if that's cool. If not, that's fine. It's totally cool. I get it. But I just want you to understand where I'm at. No, it doesn't have to be that fucking long. I mean, that would work. But, like, do that. Don't be like, babe, please, babe. Fuck off. Reason number 3 why subs don't buy is you have tried to sell before the sub is ready. Now, this is kind of related to the last one. How do you get somebody to buying temperature? Well, one of the things that you need to do, I would argue, is you need to, number 1, show them that speaking with you is going to be more than just like, hey, babe, I'm so horny. Do you want to see my titties? That does not work. You will burn 99% of your subs if that's how you try to sell. Okay, what you need to do, send a personalized opener that's going to show them that the conversation is going to be interesting. Number 2, you qualify them. Number 3, you build commonalities on the things you qualified them on. If you do not do that, if you try to sell to a sub before that process has taken place, or before an equivalent process has taken place, then they are not going to buy. Reason number 4, you've tried to sell for too much money. So if you try to sell to a sub for too much money too soon, at whatever stage you're at in the sales process, then they are not going to buy. If you ask for too much money, like, I'll give you an example, right? Let's say that I want to borrow, I need $5,000, let's just say. And I go to you and I say, hey bro, can I borrow $5,000? You're going to be like, no, fuck off. Rightly so. But if I say to you one day, I'm like, hey bro, can I get $5? Is that cool? Like, oh, my wallet over there, whatever. Like, I want to get a coffee really quick on my card. Like, do you have $5? Can I borrow that? What are you going to say? No? If you have $5 and you're not broke and you don't fucking despise me, yeah, here's $5, bro, fine. And then the next time I ask you for 10, and then the next time I ask you for 20, and then the next time I ask you for 25, and like so on and so forth, right? Eventually, and let's say I don't know, let's say I pay you back or something. I mean, it's different because this is borrowing, the other one is selling, but like whatever, say I pay you back. Eventually, if I've paid you back every time and I ask for $5,000, I can be like, bro, I paid you back every time, haven't I? Yes, I have. So give me the $5,000, right? It's all about building compliance, okay? And if you try to sell for too much too soon, then you have not built adequate compliance to get them to do what you want them to do, which is to fork over their hard-earned dollarinos. Number 5, you have not given the sub a good enough reason to give you money. So like, I'm horny and I want to come is not a good reason. Fucking fuck, dude. Like, whatever. It's not. Sometimes it is. Fine. Sometimes it is. Sometimes, like, your girl is just that bomb, or the sub is just that much of a loser, or whatever. But like what I said earlier, like, hey, I know you didn't unlock it. That's fine. I'm really broke right now. I could really use the extra money. I need another $500 to pay my rent. Anything would help. Let me know if you need to do, if I can do a custom for you, or if you want something else instead. Like, I've got this video, I've got these pictures. Like, let me make you a deal. I'll give you a bundle, whatever, anything. And then you say, because I'm really getting kind of desperate because I need the money and like, I don't want to be out on the street, blah, blah, blah. That's a good reason. That's a much better reason. Compare that reason to like, And what is the reason? If by buying this, I can help prevent a girl from being on the fucking street. Compare that to like, I want to fucking have an orgasm now. I can go, the guy can fucking go jerk off in the bathroom for free in 5 minutes and accomplish that, right? Why would he sit there and fucking pay you? You know what I'm saying? So you got to give them a good enough reason. Keep that in mind. Number 6. Number 6, you're boring and lame. Why subs don't buy? You're fucking boring and lame. Holy shit. Sometimes I read chats and I'm like, no wonder this guy's not selling. No wonder this guy's turning in $50 days. He's so fucking boring. Hey, babe, how are you? Oh, I'm good. How are you? Oh, really? What are you doing right now? Oh, nothing. Oh, cool. What did I even say after that? Yeah, I'm going to take a shower. Do you want to see? $5. And you wonder why you're not selling. That's boring, bro. Learn how to be a fucking good conversationalist. Learn how to get people to talk. Learn how to get people to invest in the fucking conversation. Pro tip, it's what I fucking trained you to do. Personalized opener, qualify, ask them fucking questions about themselves. Commonalities. That's it. That's how you do it. It's easy. OFM guy, agency owner, whatever. You have somebody out there who you want to talk to, you want to network with, you want this guy to like you, you want something from him. What you do is you personalized opener. Hey, bro, I saw you in this group and you said some crazy shit and I thought that was really interesting. And like, sorry for this long message, but, whatever. I don't know. I really like your style because you said this and it reminded me of this thing, and just be a goofball with it, right? Let's say he responds. Then you fucking ask him questions. Oh, and I wanted to ask you here's the fucking tip, dude. Don't ask them questions about the thing, about the method. Think about it like this. Let's say you're really good at Reddit, right? And somebody sends you a message and they say, oh yeah, I saw you in the group, blah, blah, blah. And I saw that you said this about Reddit and it's so interesting. And how do I do this? Like my account's getting banned and blah. And you ask him some fucking technical question. He's not going to want to answer that. He's like, why the fuck would I answer this technical question from this dumbass who's just fucking sending me a message because he wants something from me? But if you ask him, like, delay gratification a little bit, use your fucking, tier 2 brain and think about it. Here's what you do. You say, hey man, I saw that you are, good at Reddit, whatever. I'm just curious. How did you get so good at Reddit? How did you do it? Because I've been trying. It's super fucking complicated and I'm not a dumb guy, but I saw that you are just a fucking Reddit brainiac. And I'm curious how you did it. How did you get good? Please tell me. Oh, he's not going to fucking respond. Well, I actually did this and I did that and ha ha ha, you're so funny. But first, I read this and then I fucking practiced here and blah, blah. And then here's another pro tip. You say, really? And how did you do that? How did you figure that out? How did you get into that? What did you do before? Did your job before have something to do with that? Right? Well, blah, 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 and fucking goes on and on and on about it, right? And then you ask your fucking question. When he's talking and he's like, oh my God, I'm talking about myself. This guy thinks I'm a genius. This guy thinks I'm fucking super smart. And then you ask you surgically insert your fucking question. Oh, by the way, maybe you can help me with this. I don't know. But I did this and I did that and it's not working. What do you think? But he's not going to give you a fucking answer. Not only is he going to give you an answer, he's going to give a fucking answer this big. So it's the same thing. What was I even talking about here? Oh, boring and lame. Don't be boring and lame, right? Don't be fucking boring and lame. How about this? This is why I emphasize so much with my chatters to not fucking flirt. At no point in my training do I ever talk about flirting. Do I ever talk about sexting? Do I ever talk about teasing? In fact, in the role playing, if I'm doing the role play and I'm playing the chatter? No, wait, I'm supposed to be the girl. No, I'm supposed to be the sub. Sorry, I forgot for a second. If I'm the sub and the chatter is tries to say some shit oh, we could have some fun together, I stop the session immediately. I'm like, no, don't fucking do that. Commonalities, qualifying, personalized openers. That's what you're doing. That's the game. Do that instead. And that's how to not be boring and lame. Here's the real trick. Okay. Just get people talking about themselves. Just get them fucking talking about themselves. That's it. That's the only thing you need to do to have people like you. That's literally it. Talk about yourself. Oh, how'd you do that? How'd you get into that? Really? Wow. How'd you figure that out? Oh, and how long have you been doing that? Blah, blah, blah. And when did you start this? questions. Ask them fucking questions. Get them to talk. When you look, if I unfocus my eyes and I look at your text conversations, it should be like you, one small message, them, giant fucking wall of text, you, one small message or two small messages, giant fucking wall of text. Like that's how you want it to structurally look. So just get that to happen. And that's how you are not fucking boring or lame. Number 7, I think. Oh, this one drives me fucking crazy because it's like, yeah. Anyway, you are too obviously leading the conversation towards buying. Oh my God. This is just, and okay, to be fair, new chatters make mistakes. I get it. But with all, at least the people that I train, right? The people that I bring on, with all of the information, with all of the training that you have available, with all of the evidence that like my system is what's working. And the evidence is other chatters who are fucking having $1,000 days multiple times per week. With all of that, why aren't you doing it, right? And what people do instead, here's what they do, is they ask questions or they say things to lead the conversation to the sub buying something. Don't do it. Don't. I mean, yes, of course you do want to sell at some point, but like, don't make it so obvious. For example, I was looking at a chat today and I ended up taking this chatter off the account. I was like, I had it up to fucking here with this shit. And one of the things that I saw is like, he's talking to a fan and like no qualifying, no commonalities, nothing. And they're talking to the fan. Oh, hey, how are you? Oh, I'm good. What are you doing? Oh, nothing. And then, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I just got back from the gym, about to take a shower. And then he's like, hey, do you want to see me take a shower? And it's like, I know why you're asking that question. You're asking that so the sub says, yeah, sure. I definitely do. And watch you fucking whatever. And so what's he going to say? He's going to be like, oh, well, $20, babe. Here, unlock this video. Like, you're not fucking slick, dude. Yeah, these subs are dumb, but they're not that fucking dumb. And you're not clever doing that. So don't. Why would you do it? You can make, let's say doing that, right, on a good account, you can make $6,000, whatever. Or like the account will gross, I don't know. Let's say you're good at that fucking high pressure, quick fucking result strategy. Maybe $10,000 a month. Maybe. And that's if you're fucking amazing and the girl's a stunner and all the subs are fucking giga simps and they just buy everything. Maybe you can do fucking $10,000 a month in sales. You could do 4 times that if you're smart about it and you get to know them. And not only that, if you do it the first way, they're all going to get burned after fucking, how long are they going to get burned? Because it's too transactional. So don't do it. Okay. Don't like, I don't know. Is it an intelligent thing? I'm not sure, but like just big brainify yourself and understand that you can lead the conversation in other directions other than just like, hey, I'm about to be naked. And, what do you think about that? Like, does that tickle your pickle? You want to pay me money for that or no? Number 8. Oh God. You haven't made any attempt to get to know the sub. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. What do you think is the difference between the girl and another girl that they can see on Google for free or on fucking X videos for free? What's the difference between your girl and the millions of girls on all the websites that they can see for free for 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes in a video? What's the difference? The difference is this. With you, they can have somebody who gets to know them, who can laugh at their jokes, who can validate their existence, who can ask them questions, who they can build an emotional connection with and have fun with other than just fucking, spilling their seed into a tissue and spending $200 for the pleasure. Okay. That's not how this works. If all you do is you try to get those subs who are like buying temperature right now, if that's all you know how to sell to, well, you're dog shit chatter. I'm sorry, you're dog shit. And you're not going to work for me for very long. And you're probably not going to work for anybody else for very long, unless that account just happens to have a bunch of subs that are at buying temperature. All things being equal, it's not a lot of them, maybe, okay, you got fucking, what's her name? Zoe Moore. Okay, fine. I get it, but like, are you managing Zoe Moore? No. Well, guess what, buddy? You might need to fucking improve your chatting skills a little bit. Zoe Moore, if you're watching this, just call me. I live in Miami. Okay. Number 8. Yeah. Okay. You haven't made any attempt to get to know the sub. So like, let me put it to you like this. Okay. Do you want to be able to make money on any account, regardless of what she looks like? Do you want to make more money than everybody else on your team? Do you want to have confidence that your ability is transferable to any agency, to any model, and it is 1,000 times more valuable than fucking your 82 IQ neighbor who's just capitalizing on subs who have buying temperature high now? Then what you need to do is you need to make an effort. I use that word purposefully. Effort, motherfucker. And effort is not fucking one bullshit message. Get interested in them. I say this to my new chatters all the time. Take an interest. Just, if you do nothing else, you don't listen to anything I say, whatever, just get interested in these people. I promise you, if you're interested in them, it's much easier to get them to fucking give you money. And that's the case with anybody, with anything. If I want to sell something and I take an interest in the other person, they are going to want to buy from me. That's just how it is. And that's the case with anything. Okay. That's the case if you're trying to fuck a girl. That's the case if you're trying to get a business partner. That's the case if you're trying to open a business with somebody. That's the case if you're trying to close a deal, everything. So take a fucking interest in these people and attempt to get to know them. So those are my 8 reasons why subs do not buy. Let me know what you think about that. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.